A very hearty good afternoon to everyone present here. We all have gathered here to celebrate the 15th recurrence of National Girl Child Day. Every year on January 24th, India commemorates National Girl Child Day, a day celebrated to respect the forerunners of this world. Their role is as equivalent as sun for the earth, without which life would be dusk and despair. Each girl is the beacon of Shakti, ambitious and fearless. Girls are breaking boundaries and barriers posed by stereotypes and exclusion as entrepreneurs, innovators, and initiators of global movement. Girls are creating a world that is relevant for them and for the coming generation. Nss Cvs always aimed to instill the idea of social welfare in students and to provide service to provide service for social welfare without being biased. Our volunteers always ensure that everyone who is in need of help gets help and lead a life of dignity. With this note, I would like to call our program officer, Dr. AshisTaru Deb Sir, to share his wise words.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon, sir. Uh, Ashish, sir, are we audible? Maybe there are some network issues from his side.
I am hearing you perfectly well.
Okay.
Let me.
Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
I was already halfway through what I was speaking. Anyway, I'll start it again.
Yes,
Sure,
you
sure.
It's
can
such
audible.
a,
No
it
problem.
is such it is such a comic start to such a thing, but I'm helpless. Now, before I am the NSS in charge, I am a teacher. Am I fine? Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Perfect,
Yeah.
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
And
sir, you
before
are
I'm a
audible.
teacher, I am an individual who has been shaped by an experience of facing 60 odd years in this planet. Now I have to do justice to the individual in me and hence speak what I feel in the core of my heart. An easy option for me is to do some copy paste of someone else's idea, which is obviously not mine. I shall not take that easy option. Instead, I'll venture out and sound a little heretic. In our culture, there is no special day for anybody. The culture of any specific day for a friend, even for a father or a mother, is a Western concept. As per that tradition, today is the day for the girl child. Now, protection of girl child is a universal cause and cannot be reduced to just one occasion, as if to remind us what you have done in in the other days of the year. Well, we do not need to borrow anything from the West with respect to girl child. Our own culture is very rich to give us a framework. I come from East, and we read a sacred text called Chandi, and it is written in just one line what is for us. It is just one line in Sanskrit, just one line, and I'll explain to you. It is written, Striyo Shamasta Shakala Jagatshu. That means there is mother goddess in every girl. Okay. Now we need to see mother goddess in every girl and treat her with the reverence she deserves. This is a value which you need to imbibe and let every day of our life be illuminated with that realization, and we work every day to make this world a better place for girl child. Now, having said that, let me have the good fortune of introducing our today's special guest, Anju Handa ma'am, who is currently heading preschool consultancy under the name Greens, providing promotional and marketing consultancies to preschools. She has also been awarded many of the prestigious awards on the occasion of the National Day of the Girl Child. Let us recognize the rights of girls and also the problems they have been facing around the world to give them a better life and a better future. We welcome you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
and
much.
over to the uncle.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your wise words. Girls and boys have the same right to education, but indeed, education to girls create a greater range of change in the society. That is, providing strength to the family, to the community, and obviously to the economy. Now, I would like to invite our beloved President Anshika Arora to introduce and welcome our honorable speaker of the day. Over to you, Anshika De.
Thank you, Shalini. Now, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for the day. Our revered speaker of this session is an inspiration to all girls. She is an educationalist, philanthropist, social reformer, and a woman of multiple talents. She rose to excellence through her determination, rising over the challenges of life, proving right what is said of life, that it gives a test first and the lesson afterwards. She is heading a preschool consultancy under the name and style of Greens. She nurtured it to an event management outfit, offering complete solutions from the opening of preschool to successfully running it. She had always believed that women had a bigger role in creating an egalitarian society full of love, compassion, and morality. But the uneasiness to catch this dream, she led to her the creation of She Connects, a collaborative of all women platform to promote women empowerment. She nurtured her visions and blossomed to fulfillment through her focused prerogative and had been facilitated with awards for her efforts like Harmony Achiever Award, Citizen Journalism Award, Entrepreneur Excellence Award, Women Achiever Award by International Film Forum, Global Literary Festival Award for her book that inspired entrepreneurs, Journey from Can I to I Can, Women Excellence Award by the Government of India, Women Achiever Award by International Film Festival, and an endless queue of achievements that will not end up in one day. So, without any further ado, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Miss Anju Handa ma'am, to inspire with her words. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Akshita. And first of all, I would like to thank everyone who is involved in organizing this webinar. And I'm really honored to be here as a speaker. And I must thank Jay, who has been in touch with me constantly and has been coordinating with me for this session. I am equally excited to be a part of this session because so many youths are here in this session. And I totally believe that youth have so much in their hands to change for the future. They are the future builders. So before I start my actual topic, I would like to tell something about myself, my background. I think it is very, very important for all of you to know that who your speaker is and what she is from where she is. So I belong to a very small town. My education and upbringing is from Punjab, a small city in Punjab, which is called Batala. You must have heard of it. It's near Amritsar. I have been born and brought up there. And after marriage, I came to Delhi. And before that, I was in Bangalore and I was a school teacher there. So when I came to Delhi, so I thought of, doing again a school job. But when I went to various schools, it was very, very difficult to get a job because I was not technically qualified. Like I never had that training of which is called B.Ed or NTT. I am a postgraduate in English literature and graduate in science. So I just started hunting to various schools, and finally I came to know that every school wanted that degree. So I thought, why not to try that degree if I want to work, because I had plenty of time. So I started hunting for this B.Ed degree, and I applied to Annamalai University, and to my surprise, again they asked me that you should be working if you want to do this degree. So that contradiction really surprised me, and I felt that I will never do this qualification, because when I am going for a job, they are asking for the qualification, and when I'm going for a qualification and they are asking me that you should be working. So this self contradictory thing really pushed me from away from this B.Ed degree, and I just sat at home and started doing various things, like to pass my time. My children were small that time. So finally, when I went for my son's admission to a preschool, so there they offered me a job of a preschool teacher. So I grabbed that opportunity and I became the preschool teacher. And you will be surprised to know that I joined as a teacher, but within 3 months, I proved myself with my hard work and dedication, and I was promoted to various positions. And finally, the marketing head of the school. I was leading a team of around 15 people. So I worked there with lot of passion, dedication, and worked hard. I gave them much more than what I was appointed for, because that I was enjoying a lot, and I felt that this is my passion. I must prove myself into this. So this is a long story, but to cut it short, that I finally became the marketing head of the school, and then one fine day I felt that my children are getting disturbed and they are not getting that kind of attention which a mother should give it to them. My daughter was small. So I left the job and I started my preschool consultancy company, because there I learned a lot, and I also given a lot. So by working in that school, I learned that how it functioned. So I started my preschool consultancy company, although it was all my innovation and things which I generated. That curriculum was planned by me. That teachers training workshop I planned. That parenting session, orientation sessions, everything I did over there. So I think that spark was enough for me to lead this company, and then I established n number of school in and around Delhi, NCR, out of Delhi, Gwalior, Hathras, Rewari, and so many other cities in India. So my husband also joined with me in this profession, and we both were heading this company. And when I think 30 years I run this company. I started in 1999, and after 30 years doing event management and consultancy for preschools, I felt that now this is the time to give it back to the society. My life was full of struggle, right from starting a preschool teacher to establishing a company. It was a roller coaster ride, and I really did a lot of hard work in terms of giving my time, and also sacrificing many things to achieve my goals and follow my passion. So 4 years back, when I left my company, and I thought that I must do something for all the women who are trying to do something in their life, and achieve something in their life. There was no mentor for me. There was nobody who could guide me. I never had that kind of a technical qualification. I never had that kind of a digital exposure also, which you all people in today's world are in a better position, because you are having a lot of exposure. So I was never having exposure of that kind. So I thought, why not to start something where I am able to help those women who are trying to achieve something, but there is nobody to help them. So this is how I thought of writing a book, that is inspiring entrepreneur journey from can I to I can. That was decided just in the spur of the moment, that I want to write a book. And you won't believe that I never had any experience of writing a book. And I took it like a challenge. And since I announced that I am coming up with a book, and I started approaching people and asking them to give their stories. And when many women, those who were in my network, they started giving their stories, and I was so surprised to read their stories. They were full of challenges, social challenges, financial challenges, and other challenges in life, and they have struggled a lot to establish a niche for themselves. That was a eye opener for me, that I am talking about my struggle, but see the kind of a struggle they all have gone through. They were from the different field, like somebody was an astrologer or a tarot card reader, or a fashion designer or a makeover artist, or anybody, from different educationists. So they have given their stories, and when I was compiling that stories from Can I to I Can, it was an eye opener. And that time I again one motivation came to my mind, that when there is so much motivation around, when the women are filled up with so much of energy and so much of innovation, why not to create a platform where such kind of stories can be shared, where such women can help other women who are trying to achieve something in their life. So that is the time when I started this platform called She Connect. So book first book gave me a motivation to start this uh, platform She Connect, and then She Connect I started in 2018, and side by side I compiled my second book in the next year and the third book. So altogether I have compiled 3 books till now, and all my books were released on a global literary fest with the same title, Inspiring Entrepreneur Journey from Can I to I Can. And I have covered the real life journey of around 60 women entrepreneurs from different fields. And all my books are available on national, international platform. You can get hold a copy of that and read. And they makes a very interesting reading, in terms of that every story is different than the other, because everybody's struggle is individual struggle. So during the compilation of that book, I decided to this launch my platform She Connect. Now She Connect is a 3-year-old platform where all women entrepreneurs are part, and I am trying to help them with lot many opportunities, exposure, connections, networking, and promote their business and services. That is my passion now, to promote them. And after celebrating the 3rd anniversary of She Connect, I have decided to come up with another platform that is called He Connects. That is for the men entrepreneurs. So which we are launching in this February only. This is in a nutshell my journey, like how I started and what I am doing till now. And definitely on the way of my journey, I've received so many accolades and awards and recognitions, which I think which would motivate me to do more and more in life. But my only passion is to share my knowledge with all those who are looking forward to have it, and those who are looking to reach somewhere, or all women or men, anybody needs any kind of a help, in terms of marketing, in terms of deciding on what they should do in terms of their career. So I am always trying to help them out, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction. So now coming back to today's topic, which is girl child education, I think this topic is again very, very close to my heart. Because I feel that girl child education, I would like everyone in between, if you have any query or any question, let's make it very interactive, rather than making it a monologue. So anybody at any point of time feel like asking me anything, so they can definitely stop me. So girl child education is very, very important, in terms of, I believe that girls are going to be the future mothers. They are the one who are going to nurture the future generation. So if the girl is educated, if she is having exposure of, she has a tool of education in her hand, definitely she is in a better position to bring her up children in a better way. And she can give them all those values, all those ethics which an educated mother can give it to them. So when you educate a girl, you educated our generation, and our generation is the future of our country. And if we want that our country should progress, to unprecedented heights, so it is very, very vital, essential, and important to pay attention to the girl child education. When we talk about girl child education, then there are again it is divided into so many areas, like I think the girls today, those who are living in cities or in metros or in any other cities, they are in a better position. Their parents are educated. They are today, if you look around, all around, I think you will, I am also surprised that total scenario is quite changed. It is very positive. The girls are pursuing all kind of careers. They are getting all kind of education. They are becoming very smart. They are heading so many corporates. They are heading so many important positions they are working for. So they are in a very, very better position as compared to the days gone by. Even the parents have become very aware. They're very supportive. The families are nuclear. They the lot of attention even for the girl education. The difference comes when it comes to the rural girl children. I think they are not at a very good position in terms of the schools are very less in those areas. The parents are not educated. They don't have that kind of exposure. So they need to be given priority in terms of girl child education. When we talk about girl child education, I think I find that in cities the condition is much better, but in rural areas, I have been a part and parcel of a Balika Vidya program which was run by a Hyderabad based Piyusha Chintaluri, and I have contributed a lot in terms of connecting people for the sponsorship of that Balika Vidya program. So I have understood that in rural areas, it is very, very essential that education must reach. But we all talk about education, girl child education. Or even government is making so many schemes for girl child education. People in high position or those who are in a better position, they are also trying to devise many ways and means to provide education to the girl. But actually, how much education or how much that is reaching to them, that is again a debatable thing. So what I feel is that today's youth, those who are going to be the parent tomorrow, and they have so much in their hands. They have the power to change the policy of the government. They have power to reach to every nook and corner of the country. So they can definitely do a lot to educate a girl child in rural areas. Because if we think about everything government will do, that is not sufficient. If every individual at their own end educate any girl child which they come across, I think that also contribute a lot. So we as an individual should play our part well by involving ourselves into these kind of things where we are contributing in some way or the other for the girl child education. And if we do that, I think I have seen that many schemes are made and so much is being talked about, so much is being even written about, but actually everything doesn't becomes practical. If you go to villages, still you see that the girls are not allowed to go to the schools. Even the girls are not having access to good schools, even if they want to read. Even their families pressure are like that they don't allow. Yesterday I was watching a program in television that was talent, that is India talent show which is coming. There was a one girl, she was literally crying. Talk about not only the education, she came there on her own, with help of some mentor in her village. But she was literally in tears that her grandfather was so strict to send her even for the classes. So we all people who are living in metros, in big cities, we definitely should take a pledge to contribute some part of our time, our income to educate a girl child. Then only this whole world can change, the whole city, our country can change. It's not that we just simply talk about the girl child education. If the girls are educated, they are definitely going to be a better mother, and they are also multitasker nowadays. If every mother, every girl who is educated, she is working in the office. then she is also taking care of the responsibility at home. So if she is an educated one, she definitely has a better understanding to manage the things. You know, so girl child education should be given priority at every sector, at every point, by every individual. Then only a revolution can come. You know, we should do more of action than more of talking. We need to think every day that what we can do. We celebrate every day, like the speaker in the beginning, I think Anil ji, he was, I'm forgetting the name, sorry. So he said that every one is trying to do something or other, and these days are celebrated. But I also personally don't believe in celebrating any particular day for any particular thing. It's a Western culture, but one day is not sufficient to remind us that we need to educate a girl child. Every day we should remind to ourselves that yes, what I have done, all the youth who are watching, who are in this webinar, I will definitely tell them to take a pledge that when you become somebody, because you are going to become somebody. Somebody is going to be an IAS officer, somebody is going to become a very top notch of the country, somebody is going to become a minister, or somebody is going to become in a very dignified position. So once you are there, you should try to change this scenario of girl child education. You should pledge to yourself that we will definitely do something to contribute in some constructive way for the girl child education. So if we all individual on all level will think like this, so the day is not far that when every girl will be an educated girl. And for this, we have to be very dedicated, sincere, and also we have to not only depend upon the government schemes. Even if you want that government should start these kind of education program for the girl children, at least you should be a force to initiate that, being an educated person, I think. So those who are educated, they can contribute a much, especially all the girls who are educated, they can, because they understand that how it is to be an educated, what facilities we get, and what equip us with this tool of education. So they can definitely reinforce many more areas and bring a lot of change for the girl child education.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Second part of my today's session was the upbringing. I think upbringing play a very, very major role in turning out a kind of individual one is. In our homes still, I will not be surprised that in many in metros also, in many homes, a girl is given education till graduation. Post graduation it's okay, but after that, if she want to pursue her dreams, she want to still go for higher studies, there is a one question mark comes, कि शादी हो जाएगी एंड कोई कौन इतनी एजुकेटेड लड़की से शादी के लिए लड़का नहीं मिलेगा. These kind of mindset are still there in our families. I don't say that every family is like that. There are many parents who are not thinking that way, but there are many more parents who are in this line. They are thinking that way. So let your, first of all, we need to focus on the gender equality in our homes, in terms of that if the boy can get an education of his choice, why the girl cannot. And somewhere society is responsible in infusing these kind of mindset. I will tell you how. You watch TV, there's lot many serials are coming in the television. I was watching a serial promo, very recent one. There is a girl who is getting married to some film producer or something, and that promos are coming, and she says, I want to pursue my dreams, and then she has to ask his permission, will you let me pursue my dream after my marriage, because I have some kind of a dreams in my mind. Then he said, why not? So I think that kind of a thinking again is a hurdle for the progress of a girl. we should try to discuss and make it a point of discussion in our homes also, that everybody has got the equal right. We should not be biased between a son or a daughter. I have one, my son and my daughter both, but I have them up equally. I have always thought that I have given them the wings. No, let them explore and fly and do whatever they want to do. So we should give that kind of independence in our home. The way that kind of upbringing also makes women very confident, and they can pursue the education which they want to go into. And if they are free from their mind, then definitely the sky is the limit. So we as a parent, if any parent is watching me, I would request them that never ever stop your daughter to pursue anything which you feel she cannot and that is not meant for her. Although this thing is changing a lot in today's world, I will not say that today we have not changed. We are changed a lot, but still much needs to be done. So upbringing is the another thing which is very, very, which can be very instrumental in for the girl child education. If the parents are unbiased, if the parents give the same kind of instructions to their both sex children, then definitely that kind of equality will come. And these children, when they will grow up and then they will become the parents, then they will again change the society. So everything starts from somewhere. We have that kind of upbringing. I think in my time, maybe I was the lucky one. My parents never stopped me for doing anything. Although I was allowed to stay in that city and study, because there was that time it was not very open that you send your children to the hostels. In my time, I am 60 years old now. I think in my time it was 3-4 decades before it was not allowed, or I am from a very small city, so these kind of things were not there, that you easily send your children to the hostels. But today I think it's a much change. If I look at my children now, they are free to pursue. So if the mindset are changed at homes, if the parents' mindset are changed, that definitely create a society through their children, which needs to be there, which we aspire to be there. So any change in the society you want to bring, first we need to be that change. We want to educate a girl child, first we need to start from our home. And we start from our home, and if we feel that in our home the children are educated, our girl child is educated, she should be given that kind of a onus that you are responsible to change the society then, and reach out to those who are less fortunate. So in our own way, I believe that every woman, when she is born with a potential. Every woman. But that potential come out when she's getting exposure. So give your children exposure equally. Not only that your son can go to a dance classes and the girl can't, he can learn karate and the girl can't. You cannot distinguish like that. So on this Girl Child Education Day, I really wish that more and more children should come forward, and more children of today's children who are educated and who are in a better position should impact the life of those who are not in that position, and they should try to bring a change in the society by being a part of this change. And if we do that, the day is not far when we will be able to create a society which we always wanted to. But still, once again I will repeat that still a lot is being done. It's not that our society is not changed from the times. It is really changed, and lot of work is being done by the government by the different NGOs, by the different people engaged into this, and it is changing at a very fast pace. But all the students who are listening to me, I will definitely feel that this session is successful if you every each one of you take this initiative ahead and try to carry in your conscious mind that tomorrow, if we get a chance to do any service to our country, so we will definitely keep this in mind that we have to work for the equality in our society, and that equality will come only when the girls are also given equal opportunity for the education. Whether you are a parent, whether you are a in some position, whether you are anybody, you can contribute. Stop giving blames to others, stop giving blames to government, stop giving blames to anybody. Be a change and try to involve yourself in whatever little way you can. I think that drop in the ocean will work like wonder. Every drop matters. I believe that every drop matters. If today I want to empower women, I will see. You will be surprised to know that till date I have never taken any help from the any government agency to empower women. I have not taken any kind of a funds from anybody. So I am generating my own funds for the women empowerment. And I don't say that I am doing too much. I am not doing much, but in whatever little way I can contribute to change the society or to make women empowered, I think that gives me a satisfaction by the end of the day. So you all need to think that way. I think that is a must. Uh, if anybody has got any other counter question or anything, I will be more than happy to make it interactive. There are so many students listening to me, so I would definitely like them to come forward and put some.
If there's any question, please put up in the chat box or please unmute yourself and talk to ma'am. It would be a great pleasure.
Chat box. I can't see any in call messages. Wait. When a girl is educated, she makes the entire family educated. Yes, very good. Ishan has written. Anshika, you can type your query. Okay, you have written. I can't see many messages in the chat box. If anybody can ask anything or they want to put, I really like your way of perceiving things. Thank you so much, Sahil. Thank you, Sahil, for this. And I would definitely, I think there are more than, how many people have joined here? Okay. Yes, you all are students. You should be very open to discussion, which we enjoy, I think. So at one point, yes, ma'am. Okay, 97 members were there. But how many are there, Abhi, presently?
Ma'am, there are 80 plus right now.
So 80 plus is a very good number. So definitely any one of you will have any kind of ideas in their mind that how we can contribute to make girl child education as a main thing of our agenda. Right now we are 90.
Ma'am, apart from all this, I just want to say that like government is also, and the bureaucracy basically is also taking a way ahead to educate the girl child, because I was just scrolling to some I guess some document or something, and the fee for the girl child like I guess it was UPSC papers. So the fee for the girl child is free there, especially so that the women will be encouraged to like take part in the other competitive and the UPSC examination. And plus, when I opened that document, in the last line, it was like on every particular page, it was written कि you can like woman child like it is encouraged for the girls to take part in this competitive exam. So I think that's a very great idea and a very nice solution to these things.
See, what's your good name?
Ma'am Anushka.
Anushka, whatever you said, it's very good. And since you are in a better position to access that information, so I think as a your part is that you should spread this kind of information to those who have not accessed this. So if you do that, you can see. As I told you, the government is making schemes. The much is available on the internet, but those less privileged girl children, they are not exposed to these kind of a digital presence. So you being a student, an educated girl, you can be a connecting link between them and the government. So you, to whomsoever you meet, I think, to whomsoever you come across, maybe a maid in your house and her girl child, or maybe somebody in the slum, you come across any girl child who want to educate. So such kind of information you can pass it on to them,
Ma'am,
because
this
yes.
happened once. Can I share that story? Like, it's not with me particularly, but I read a story on, I guess, Instagram basically.
Mhm.
So, ma'am, what happened was there was one girl.
Mhm.
So, she's from PWD background. She has
Mhm.
some disability basically. So,
Mhm.
she was getting married, and like afterwards, she ran off to slum and something like that because she was being tortured, and now
Mhm.
she's an IFS officer, and like we should really be proud of it because like someone in the slum like us only, the younger generation, came her and told her about these things, and
Mhm.
now she's an IFS officer. This is the thing like we should be very proud of.
Wow, that is great. I think if you make even a one girl child educated, that task is done. There is the very good, you told, it's very good that you become a connecting link and you tell such kind of stories to them. And then they come forward and become educated and then in a very good position. There's somebody in the chat box have written, man, what kind of a struggle you face, and if anybody was criticizing, no, I think, the luckier one. I never faced any kind of a criticism from anyone. My struggle was of a very different nature. My struggle was that, as I told you in the beginning, the struggle was to get a opening in a school. I was not getting a job. That was my struggle. Then second struggle was that I wanted to do something. My children were small. I got married and my children were small, and I was in a nuclear family. There was nobody to look after in my children. I never had my mother-in-law or father-in-law or my mother, who can look after the child. So I was very ambitious that time. So I made arrangement. I tried to took out a way out of that challenge. Every challenge has made me smarter in terms of that. Every challenge I faced was the learning experience for me. So I thought how to, take care of my children and how to work also. So I started exploring various things at home only. Sitting at home only, I started doing so many things. Like I was, before I ventured into a school teaching, I started a cooking school. I started a hobby classes school where I was teaching the girls various art form. So I think that these were the struggles to manage the family and my own ambitions. That was the major struggle which I faced. Then when my children were grown up, their education, and then my job, that was again another challenge for me. So but I think I feel very proud today that I could manage all the challenges which came across my path, and I could establish a niche for myself, and I could reach out to whatever I wanted to. इसके लिए एक मैं लाइन बोलना चाहूंगी जो मुझे बहुत पसंद है, और मेरे को ये बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस देती है लाइन, और मेरे को बहुत मोटिवेशन देती है, और सबको भी, आपको भी देगी, कि सीढ़ियां उन्हें मुबारक हो जिन्हें छत पे जाना है, सीढ़ियां उन्हें मुबारक हो जिन्हें छत पे जाना है, मेरी मंजिल तो आसमां है, रास्ता खुद बनाना है। आप सबके चैलेंजेस अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, आप अलग अलग तूफान का सामना कर सकते हो, लेकिन आप ना रास्ता आपको उसमें से खुद ही बनाना है। यू कैन नॉट ब्लेम और टेक एक्सक्यूजेस फॉर योर चैलेंजेस। मैं आप सबको ये कहूंगी कि आपके सामने किसी भी तरह का चैलेंज हो ना, दैट इज नथिंग बिगर देन योर डिटर्मिनेशन। अगर आप डेडिकेटेड हो, डिटर्मिन्ड हो, आप अगर सोचते हो मुझे यहाँ पहुंचना है, तो नथिंग कैन स्टॉप यू। So I think my life has been like that. In spite of everybody was supportive, but there were so many natural challenge in front of me, which I had to. So when I started writing book, there was another challenge that I was not knowing how to write a book, and I was not knowing from where to get it published. So I think I learned everything I did first and then learned. It is not that I learned first and then I did. So my learning happened side by side for everything. I am not a preschool consultant by default. I am not an technically qualified for a preschool consultant, but I am in this profession by coincidence. I got a job, I started taking interest in that job, and I will tell you a very small incident which will motivate you. There was a practice in the school, I hope I have a time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. There was a practice in the school that whosoever new teacher will join, they will take an exam for that teacher, that how much she know about the preschool activities. And when I also joined, 5 6 more teachers also joined. It was more than 5 6, around 10 teachers were there. So the owner of the school, she asked us that you have to appear for exam, then only we will confirm your job. So I was not knowing a ABCD of preschooling. Then she gave us a book, preschool education ka NCERT ka book. She gave it to us. She said, you go and read it, tomorrow will be your exam. You won't believe, when I came home, my head started paining seeing that such a thick book, and what I will read and what I will do in one day. Anyhow, I shuffled the pages, I closed the book and kept and slept. Next day I went to the school and they gave us the exam, and there was around 10 questions related to child activities. So I answered all those questions from my heart, like how I will do with this child if I will be given this task. And you won't believe, I was the only one who topped that exam. So it was that gave me another motivation to prove myself. So whatever you want to do in your life, nothing comes on a platter. You have to achieve this, and to achieve this, there is no shortcut but the hard work. You are all our student, you are young. You should just keep in your mind one thing, that to reach to your dreams, there is no shortcut. You only have to make your own niche. You only have to carve your own path. You might reach there late or early. That depends on the situation to situation, but you will reach there one day. That is for sure. If you are dedicated, if you are following that with total sincerity, So I knew that I want to prove myself into this. So I think I did nothing but the work hard. You won't believe, I have never slept in my afternoons. There were many people of my age when they were also there with me, and they 2 3 hours 4 hours they used to sleep in the afternoon, and I used to utilize that time to upgrade my skills, whatever I want to pursue, whether I am designing the activities. And today in so many preschool, my curriculum is being adopted, so which I have created out of my own innovation. So आप जो भी करना चाहते हैं, आपके पास अपने अंदर उतना जज्बा होना चाहिए, आपके अंदर उतनी एनर्जी होनी चाहिए, आपके अंदर उतनी सिंसेरिटी होनी चाहिए, आपके अंदर उतना डेडिकेशन होना चाहिए. यू कैन रीच आउट टू योर ड्रीम्स. सो ऐसी हर्डल्स कोई नहीं है जो कि आपको अपने उससे गिरा दे. Any other question there were?
Ma'am, we have a question that what inspired you to take the responsibility you took?
Okay. The responsibility I took again, as I told you in the beginning, that I was inspired by my own struggle. I was inspired with my own struggle, you know, uh, which made me took this responsibility of empowering women, because I felt that when I faced so many challenges in my life, and there was no mentor to me, why not to become a mentor to many people who are trying to achieve something? This is how the She Connect was born. you know and in the She Connect family, I have 3000 plus women entrepreneurs, and every now and then we are organizing meets, we are organizing events, we are trying to tell them, help them in whatever way we can do. And my work is only to bring opportunity. I tell them always, on this platform I can give you the opportunity, but to avail that opportunity and to make best use of it is your call. I can give you a plate, but I cannot be your hand to eat that from that plate. So you have to, today you are in a, you all are so lucky that there are mentor, like there are so many mentor all around which you are telling you what to do. In my time there was nobody. No, there was literally nobody to tell me what to do. So all hit and trial methods we did, and we reached to wherever I have. So today I feel that when I am blessed, I have learned a lot. Why not to share my experience with those people who are looking for some kind of a mentorship, or they are looking for some kind of a guidance, inspiration, help, or anything. So I am ready to provide that. So that is my mission in my life, for the rest of my life. I don't say that I have achieved all. I have still to achieve much in terms of giving back to the society. I don't want anything for myself, but definitely I want that if I educate even a one person, and if I bring a one person closer to her dream or his dreams, my life is worth living. I think we all need to think that way, that it's not that we live for ourselves, we live for the society also. So when we talk about society, the today topics, that the girl child education, yes, you all can contribute in a very little way. I will tell you, when I organize my events, third anniversary of She Connect was on 25th of September. So on that anniversary also, I try to connect a cause with that. For 3 years back, I took a pledge that I am going to start. See, everybody is indebted to their parents. So I am. I think whatever today I am, I give all credit to my parents, because they gave me education. The tool of education they gave me, which became in handy to me for every situation. So I wanted to do something for my parents. I lost my parents at a very young age. So I could not do anything for them when they were alive. So when I achieved so much in my life, name, fame, money, everything, so I thought, why not to do something for them? So 3 years back, I started an award on my parents' name, that is Ved Shakuntala Memorial Award, which is given to 7 or 11 or 15 handicapped people. I will not say handicapped people, specially abled people who are doing something very good in spite of their disability. So last year we gave to 7 people, this year we gave to 11 people. So this is how I am trying to, remember my parents. And with that remembrance, I connected a cause to help the specially abled children. So I have this year given awards to 11 people, not only the cash prize, but and the trophy, but also we are holding their hands and helping them achieve their dreams. I am not leaving them on the stage and leaving there only. I am trying to work with them even after giving an award. So that much, if I do for even 7, 11 or 15 children, I think my life is worth living. Yes, there was some more query.
Yes, ma'am. Shafak was asking you that can you please suggest us methods and ways on individual basis through which we can bring the change in women education?
Okay, individual basis. As I told you, one method is that on your own surrounding, in your own vicinity, in your own capacity, you search for people, search for those girl children who want to be educated but they cannot. Even See, we spend a lot today. Urban children are spending a lot of money on their clothing, on their food, on everything. It is not very difficult for every child in living in the cities to contribute some amount for a girl child education. That, let me tell you very frankly, we spend a lot in so many things, but when it comes to helping anyone, we become so this thing. So try to oh, part with that little something which you have, which somebody doesn't have, and educate that individual basis. Pay anything you can do, that totally depend upon your own thinking. you know what you think about, whether you think for this cause or not, that is also very important. If you think that I this session has impacted me and this has given me some kind of motivation or some kind of tingling in my mind, that yes, I should at least educated girl child. If 90 people are sitting here today and 90 people take a pledge that I will educate a girl child, this session is worth. Simply listening to a session or simply participating in various things will not bring any change in the society unless and until we take the onus on us. So, in a whatever little way you can contribute, we all are blessed children. You are from a very good family. You are from a nuclear family. I'm very sure that every one of you must be having a one brother, one sister, or two sister, or two brother, like that. Nowadays, there are no bigger families, and everybody can afford very easily a one girl child education. So, if you really want the worth of this session, my idea will be only that work on individual level in whatever capacity you can. I don't say you go and out of the way, but yes, little everybody can do. So that is my suggestion and my tip to you. There was some more query, I think. मैम मेरा एक प्रश्न है, मैं सीवीएस से 2020 में ग्रेजुएशन किया, इसके बाद मैंने बीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन का एंट्रेंस दिया, लेकिन वो क्लियर नहीं हो सका। मुझे एक जॉब मिल रही है 20,000 की, जो मुझे बिल्कुल भी पसंद नहीं है। मेरे आर्थिक हालात भी ठीक नहीं है, लेकिन मैं क्या करूं? क्या मैं अपने लक्ष्य को छोड़ दूं या जॉब करूं? मुझे आपकी मार्गदर्शन चाहिए। मेरी उम्र 24 साल की है। ओके, देखिए, पहली बात तो ये है कि आपको, you say that your financial condition is not good and you have got a job, along with the job, because if you want to pursue what is your dream, you have not written what you want to become. Don't do anything which doesn't give you happiness. But since your financial condition is not good, to achieve that happiness, you need money also. So you can do a job, and along with that, you can manage and pursue your dream also. Job you are doing just to feed your dreams. Otherwise, since you say you come from a family that you don't have that kind of financial resources. So for some time, till you are capable of something on your own, you can definitely do that job. But frankly speaking, doing something which is not your interest again becomes very depressive. It causes sometimes depression also. So always do something which you can search a job which gives you happiness. Because I have seen, I was into a job which gave me happiness, and I carved a profession out of my job. I created a profession out of my job later. So always do something which gives you happiness. Never do something which is very monotonous, which is routine, which is end of the day you are feeling that I have not done anything good. So that way, if you balance, definitely you can achieve. And nowadays there are so many startups. This I think I was watching that Shark Tank nowadays. I'm watching very regularly, and there it was said that this era is a era of startups. So you can, if you have any idea, you can start working on that idea, and you can pursue that idea to make a money out of it and follow your dreams. Anybody else? And if you need my help, you can take down my number, and definitely I can help you connect with some few people. Yes, anybody else?
If anyone wants to share any experience or anything, we are ready to hear. It'll be glad hearing
My
yours.
experience. You are talking about my experience, Shalini?
No, ma'am, I was asking about the audience.
Yes,
If
yes.
anyone wants to share
If
anything.
anybody want to share anything, they like he shared, his experience that I want to pursue a job and then want to pursue my dreams also. I think it is very very difficult when you have a financial difficulties to pursue your dreams at times. But where there is a will, there is a way out, and that way will come to you when you will be dedicated towards it. भगवान भी उन्हीं को रास्ता दिखाते हैं जो खुद अपनी पहले हेल्प करते हैं. So you have to find out a way out of the situation you are in. That situation will show you the way. Yes, anybody can share your experience, because even I would love to hear from all of you that what you think. Yes, Anshika. Thank you so much, Anshika. What you think, ma'am? Do you consider yourself successful? Sahil bola. Yes, Sahil. Successful ka there is no definition. I feel that I am successful if I am happy. Today, I will tell you a very interesting thing. Today, parents want their children to be successful. आपके घरों में भी सब होता होगा कि ये मार्क्स ले आओ, जीमेट करो, यहाँ जाओ, ये नौकरी करो, इतना पैकेज, वो पैकेज, ये सब चलता है सबके घरों में, which is very very sad situation. Parents should always not measure their children's success with what they are getting in terms of money. They should measure their success with their happiness. If your child is happy, your child will be successful one day. But if your child is unhappy, no matter how much package your child is getting, your child will not be successful. So always remember, the path to happiness is not difficult, but path to success again depends upon what according to you success is. Success is nothing which can be measured. If you asking me that whether I think I'm successful, I am happy at that. I know whatever I am doing, I am enjoying day in and day out. I can work till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I daily work till 4 o'clock in the morning because I have to manage lot many messages and lot many my website, my social media. So I am working, and people ask me, Mrs. Handa, you are 60 plus now. Why are you working so hard? That is my oxygen. If I don't work, I will go into depression. So I work. I am working for my happiness. I want to live. If I want to live longer, I don't want to. I need to go fall sick and eat medicine and live longer. I will live longer if I will be happy. So every single day is a challenge for me, that what I am going to do today. Every morning and every night I slept. Whatever late I slept with a thought that today I spend these many hours very constructively. So I don't say that I am successful, but yes, I am happy. So you can call it a success. So you should be happy by the end of the day, whether you are student, or whether you are into any profession. You should be happy. आज I was watching a program. आमिर खान जो एक्टर है, उनका एक प्रोग्राम में देख रही थी. बहुत जगह से मुझे भी बहुत सारे इंसिडेंट इंस्पायर करते हैं. तो उन्होंने एक इंसिडेंट बताया. ही वाज सेइंग लाइक आज की डेट में आपके घरों में भी ये होता होगा कि पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को ये सिखाते हैं. एक तो ये मार्क्स का परसेंटेज का होड़ इतनी ज्यादा हो चुकी है. परसेंटेज के ऊपर बच्चों को ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा टेंशन है बच्चों के ऊपर. Patient filter their anxieties, their pressure, everything on their children. अगर आप पेरेंटिंग का सेशन किसी दिन रखोगे, इट विल बी अ नेवर एंडिंग सेशन, बिकॉज आई कैन टॉक इन लेंथ एंड ब्रेथ ऑन द पेरेंटिंग. आज का पेरेंटिंग इतना फॉल्टी है. पेरेंट्स आर आफ्टर देयर चिल्ड्रन लाइफ फॉर द मार्क्स, फॉर द पैकेजेस, फॉर द वट एवर, एंड उस रेस में वो अपने बच्चे को एक अच्छा इंसान बनाना भूल जाते हैं. आज अगर आप गर्ल चाइल्ड एजुकेशन की बात कर रहे हो, यू कैन provide a girl child education to every girl next door if you are a good human being first. But we are teaching our children to run a rat race, be successful, no matter if you in on the way you have to push your own friend only. That is the kind of upbringing we are giving to our children, which is very sad. So we need to that he was telling that आज बच्चों को लोग रैट रेस में इतना लगे हुए हैं, परसेंटेज मार्क्स किसी का आधा परसेंट कम आया, किसी का 1% ज्यादा आया, तो आप अपने फ्रेंड से भी बच्चों का वो एक टेंशन क्रिएट करवा देते हो. तो आमिर खान जी बोल रहे थे ये चीज कि हम बच्चों को एक अच्छा ह्यूमन बीइंग नहीं बना रहे, हम बच्चे को ऐसे भागने, अगर बच्चा भाग रहा है किसी की हेल्प भी करना चाहता अपने दोस्त की, तो आपका पेरेंट्स आपको ये सिखा रहा है कि आप उसको पीछे छोड़ दो, आप आगे निकल जाओ. So that kind of upbringing is very faulty and it is detrimental to our society. So we should not be indulging into these kind of a rat race. First of all, no, you are students. You have so much onus on your shoulders. You are the one who are going to make this nation or this country. So try to think very positively all the time. Try to think something which you can give back to the society. There is some question. Hello, everyone. Okay. Yes. There is a feedback session that organizers are asking you to fill up. How to connect with you? My number you can note down. It is 98102-85135. Or I will share with Jay. He has my number. You can take from him. And my mail ID is info@sheconnects.club. 98102-85135. So I can be only help in terms of decluttering your thought, mentoring you and showing you the direction. But उस रास्ते पे चलना सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको ही होगा. No connection, no pull and push work in life. Only thing work in life is your own determination. इसके अलावा कुछ काम नहीं आता है, कुछ भी. ये याद रखना इस बात को. आपको अगर किसी भी कॉज के साथ जुड़ना है, कुछ भी करना है लाइफ में, तो आपकी अपनी मेहनत, आपकी अपनी सिंसियरिटी, आपकी अपनी डिटर्मिनेशन ही लाइफ में आपको आगे ले जाएगी. Thank you so much, and I really loved talking to you people, and I hope my session will impact you in some way or the other, because I don't believe in what you call datas and so which is available on the net or here and there. I speak from my heart and I speak what I feel. So that is I always do. And I think for me, making my session into hours or half an hour or 1 hour becomes very difficult at times, because I feel that when I'm talking, I should talk it out from my heart. Thank you so much, everyone.
I would like to take this opportunity to present token of thanks to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for instilling a sense of motivation in all of us, and we truly derive a huge inspiration of never giving up. It was a pleasure listening to you. And before we sign off, we'd like to express our gratitude to ever supportive Program Officer Dr. AshisTaru Deb Sir for sharing his pearl of wisdom, and as well as our valued speaker for making time for us and sharing her amazing abundance of information. A great cheer for the audience for being such a patient listener, and volunteers of Nss Cvs for making it a great success event. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Shalini. Thank you so much, Jay, and all those associated in organizing this program. You are the youth of today and you are the future of our country. So go and live your life and live the way you want. And you are given the wings, fly as high as you can. Thank you so much.